Are you someone who's talking to everybody and you're not hearing anything? Well, this episode is for you. If you're a health coach, a life coach, or a personal trainer who's trying to get their freaking ideal client in front of them, you gotta listen to this episode.
Aligning strategy and spirituality to create a fit, fierce, and fabulous business.
The ultimate question to find your niche. Hi, I'm Courtney Bentley, and I empower health and wellness coaches to combine their spirituality and strategy to create an aligned business so they can serve their purpose. Today, I'm going to share with you the 4 questions you need to ask yourself if you're trying to figure out your niche. So for the longest time, I trained women. I was a personal trainer, I had all the certifications, and I trained women. So I was an expert in training women, and I was the best at training women. But the problem was, people didn't get what I did. They were like, well, I'm a woman, but what problem do you solve? Do you help people who are skinny fat get super toned? Do you help people who are 20 pounds overweight lose those 20 pounds? Who do you help? Oh, well, I help women. Okay, so that's 50% of the population. That was my biggest struggle. It wasn't until I lost a client because she just had a baby. She had gained some weight after her baby, of course. She had the baby and she was having a lot of trouble losing it. She's looking for a trainer to help her. We did our consultation. She was really excited about working with me, and I was excited about working with her. I had the knowledge, I had the expertise, and I knew I could do it. There was another trainer she talked to who specialized in postpartum women. She helped postpartum women who just had babies lose their baby weight. So there's someone who's specialized, and there's someone who helps women. So guess who got the client? Not me. When this happened, I realized there was something to be said about having a niche. As scary as it was to say that this trainer only trained postpartum women, I thought that was crazy. I was like, why would you limit yourself and put yourself in a hole? But actually, she ended up being able to charge more than me, and her business was packed. It's not like you need hundreds of clients. You just need, 20, 30 who are working with you full time to have a very, very successful business. So for those of you who are sitting there going, why isn't anyone saying, yeah, I'll take your services, or I'd love to work with you, you need to think about exactly who you serve. Now, the thing with this trainer, who was a postpartum baby trainer, she also had clients that weren't postpartum. She had clients that were getting married. She had clients that were older. She had clients who wanted to just do training for a marathon. She had all sorts of clients. But she was able to niche down so much so that majority of her books were filled with postpartum clients. And when she marketed herself, people resonated with her story. She was a mom. She had struggled losing weight. She had everything aligned so perfectly that it was so easy for her to sell out her business. Whereas me, I just trained women. Where is that? What kind of woman? There's so much to be said there. So here are 4 questions that you could ask yourself to help you really identify your niche so that you don't run into the same problem I ran into. So the first question you want to ask is, what problem do you solve? And what I mean is, if you're a personal trainer who helps people get toned up for the beach, okay, that's a little, not so good. But if you helped women who are skinny fat gain muscle, and you were able to give them a meal plan and a workout plan that really helped them shape up and get some tone on them and get them nice and muscular or toned or whatever you guys want to call it. The word tone drives me crazy, but you know, if you're a personal trainer, you know what I mean. But they always say that too. They're like, I want to look toned. So you help skinny fat women who are used to eating whatever they want and they're still skinny, but they want to feel really toned and really good in their bikini this season. And you created a program for skinny fat women, or whatever you wanted to call it, that solves that problem. That's a problem you solve and a niche that you serve. So think for a minute. What problem do you solve? And how can you break that down so that you can attract your ideal client? The second thing you want to think about are, what are people already asking you? Are people asking you for meal plans that are based on Whole30 because they're really confused? Are people asking you for advice about finding their soulmate? Are people coming to you and asking you how to fix their marriage? What are people constantly asking you? What I like to do is I like to have a notes pad in my iPad where I constantly, like a little note, where I just constantly take note of what questions people ask me, and I see if there's any cross relation, if people are kind of asking me similar questions, and then I know that's a problem I solve, and that's a question people are asking me, so I might as well kind of own up to that and start creating a product or a program or a coaching service that addresses that specific problem. Next, you want to think about how can you serve a population that is underserved. I'll give you an instance. So let's say you're a life coach that helps single women in the age group of 30 to 35 find their soulmate in a big city. See how niche that is? Now, you could think of the person and think about, okay, there's someone who's 33 years old. They're really afraid of dating apps. They're afraid of the technology side of things, but they live in a big city, so there's a lot of fish in the sea per se. What could I create, or how could I coach them around this, and how could I specialize in this? Then you're gonna wanna go online and see if it's being underserved. Sure, there might be people who are already doing it, but there's millions and millions and millions of search results of coaches that specialize in that. You might wanna think a little bit more outside of the box and maybe think about a 35-year-old woman who works a 9-to-5 job and who's too busy to go on so many dates, a product or a service that services them. And then do a little Google search and see what you find. And last but not least, put it to the test. Ask people, hey, this is what I'm doing. Would you be interested? Does this solve a problem? Start talking to people and becoming visible. That has been the biggest thing that has helped me be successful in my business. It's helped me align to what my purpose is on this planet, and it's helped me really grow because I started becoming visible with my message. And I saw people responded. It's not like putting out a couple Facebook posts and no one responds. Okay, that was easy, that was free, I might as well try something else. Be confident in what you're doing, but also test the waters a little bit. If you're looking for more identification on who your ideal client would be, I have a worksheet that you can download below. Just click in the box and you will see a link. Just click that, give me your email address, and I will send you an ideal client profile. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you love this video, please leave me a thumbs up and a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And of course, leave me a comment and let me know what you discovered and learned in this video.